In this slideshow, we continue our discussion of procedural programming with a discussion on functions and arrays. Predefined functions can be found in a number of different libraries and often help us to accomplish specific mathematical or string manipulation tasks. Some examples of predefined function are square root, pow, abs, ceiling, floor, etc., and you can see some more there from table 6.1 in the text. In addition to those predefined functions that we find in libraries, it's also possible to create our own functions in C++. There are three parts to a function: the declaration, the definition, and the invocation. The function declaration goes at the top above main and has a semicolon at the end. It tells what the function is, the information it needs, and what type of value it returns. However, it does not give the implementation details, although here you can see that I've written a short description of what the function does. The function definition comes after main. It repeats the information from the function declaration but does not include the semicolon at the end. This is where we give the implementation details and tell how the function actually goes about accomplishing its task. The last part of a user-defined function is function invocation. This is where we call the function from the body of the program. It constitutes the actual use of the function, and we can have more than one invocation. You need to include a parameter list in your function declarations and definitions. This list comes after the function name is enclosed in parents. It can be empty, but you still need to have it. There are several different ways to pass parameters to a function. In procedural programming, we have pass by value, which makes a complete independent copy of the variable for use inside the function. In contrast, pass by reference modifies the original variable back in main. You can also have pass by reference with const for classes, which we'll discuss in an upcoming lecture, and array parameters, which work like pass by reference. You can use a variable type for a return value. If you're not returning anything, then you use the keyword void. Arrays are a collection of variables that are all of the same type. For example, you could have a collection of lucky numbers that were stored in an array. Arrays use contiguous storage, that is, they're right next to one another. For example, int lucky numbers followed by 7 inside square brackets would hold 7 lucky numbers. In C++, arrays begin with index 0. They work best with for loops because the arrays we've discussed so far have a predefined size. You can also have multi-dimensional arrays. For example, int grid 3, 4, with 3 and 4 in square brackets, would have 3 rows and 4 columns, as pictured here. When passing an array to a function, you need to pass the size of the array separately to the function as another parameter. However, two-dimensional arrays, only the first is passed as a separate parameter, and the second gets passed inside the square brackets. So once again, this is a very quick review of procedural programming aspects of CS150, and just give you a reminder as to what to go back and look at when you're starting to review this material. It's a lot to get through in a single lecture section, and even a bit harder with a recorded video. Thanks for watching, and give Lab 1 a try on La Lima to stretch your C++ programming muscles.